All right, guys. Gentle yoga practice. Gentle in that we'll take one asana at a time. If we do that sort of vinyasa, that breathing and moving, we'll do it a little bit slower. Always looking for the best alignment we can find. And this, because we're standing, because we're going to do a little bit of vinyasa, that means that deeper sense of connection of the mind and the body, the breath and the movement, right? So this integration of the whole experience. But again, just because it's gentle doesn't mean that it's necessarily easy. You can make it as challenging as you like. As we go through the poses, you can take them to the depth that is comfortable for you. And so let's take a minute to, oftentimes we'll start a gentle practice in seated position. And when we're doing that, we're taking a minute to find that good alignment, find some space, like open up for good breath and find balance, find a way to settle in. And we can do that standing up. It's just a different experience, right? So I'm going to ask you to come to the front of your mat. Look at your feet, really root down through the soles of the feet. Maybe let the big toes touch slightly and the heels be about an inch or so apart. Spread your toes, lift through the arches of your feet to start that upward energy, that activation upward from the earth. And from here, again, we're going to find good alignment. My shoulders, my hips, my knees, my ankles, nice, good alignment. Relax the arms down along the side. Lift from the center of the heart, lifting from the crown of the head. Close the eyes or potentially just gazing on the floor in front of you and breathe. Slow the breath. Quiet the mind. Allow your breath to be three-part breath. The belly, the ribs, and the chest all expanding and contracting as you breathe. You're breathing from front to back, from left to right, so the whole abdominal cavity, the entire chest cavity expanding and contracting. Those of you that know Ujjayi breathing, go ahead and take Ujjayi breath, adding that sound to the breath, so you're heating the air as you breathe in and releasing toxins as you breathe out. If you would, join me by bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra, this beautiful prayer position, letting the thumbs make an intimate connection with the heart center, dropping the shoulders, lifting the heart. If you would, as you exhale, a slight lowering of the chin. Think of someone or something that you're grateful for today. Maybe it is the time that it takes to do this practice, the intention that it took to get here. Maybe there's something really positive or something that's challenging in your life that you'd like to honor with your practice, your effort today. Whatever that is for you today, repeat that 3 times in your mind. And next time you exhale, a gentle lowering down, showing honor to that intention. Exhale, release the hands along the side. We're going to take some gentle breath and movement. So inhale, reach the arms up. Let the palms touch. Look to your thumbs as you pull the shoulders down. Exhale, reach away. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, reach away. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach away. Gentle folding. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Let your hands be on your thighs. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. So just a half fold. Exhale, hands to side. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, hands on thighs. Inhale, press in and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press in, rise up. Exhale, hands to sides. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press in, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to sides. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up like you're holding a beach ball. And exhaling slightly to the left side. Breathing deeply here. 1, 2, like you're pulling the shoulders away from the ears. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slightly to the right side. Really press down into the left foot. Lift the heart and lift the gaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms away. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Holding here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you exhale, release the hands down behind your back. Interlace your fingers again. Thumbs down by the tailbone. And potentially lifting the arms away. If that's too much, leave the thumbs resting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you inhale, bend the elbows, lift the shoulders. Exhale, release, and shake it out. Let's take those half vinyasas a little further. Inhale, press in, lift up. Exhale, fold as far as you can. Release your head. Press into either the floor or your shins. Lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press in, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your sides. 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale, fold. So again, we're just folding a little further. Release all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to sides. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to side. Beautiful. We're going to take balancing here, so just gentle balancing, nothing crazy. But if you're on carpet, with your mat on carpet, maybe get off your mat so you have a little bit more stability in just the carpet alone. So what we're going to do today is just separate your feet about hip distance apart. No big crazy challenges here unless we are feeling frisky. So I want you to feel again rooted through the arches of your, or the balls of the feet and the heels, but lift up through the arches of your feet. So again, that starts that activation in the legs. Take your arms out to T position. So watch, not too far front or back, but right out of the shoulders. Keep your heart lifted. Resist the urge to lean forward here and just come slightly to the balls of your feet. As you can see, my heels are only maybe an inch or so off the floor. Don't need to go crazy tall. Just hold here and breathe. Keep those shoulders out of the ears. Maybe your gaze is on the floor somewhere in front of you so you feel stable. 1, 2, let your ankles feel a little shaky. Feel all the bones, the muscles, tendons, and ligaments of the arches and the ankles doing their work. And 5, exhale, release down. Reset the feet. Press into the balls of the feet. Lift the heels ever so slightly. Either staying right here. If you'd like a challenge, take a twist. Right arm forward, left arm behind. To keep it easy, maybe just keep your gaze forward on the right hand. If you're feeling frisky, look over your left. 1, 2, watch those shoulders, right? Shoulders out of ears. 3, 4, breathe deeply, relax your face. And 5, inhale, come to center. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Again, either look over that left middle finger or all the way back over the right. 1, 2, slow the breath. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release. Take a second and shake it out. Let's take a half vinyasa before we move on. Inhale, reach up. This is sort of that cleaning the slate. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push into the feet and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to side. Warrior 1 on the right side. So we're going to step the left foot back. It's at a 45-degree angle. Your right toes are pointing straight forward. Bend into the right knee. When you bend into the right knee, the knee is over the ankle or the middle of the foot. I'm going to turn my hips and my chest straight forward. I'm really going to activate this inner left thigh to root down through the edge of my left foot. You might stay here with your hands on your hips. You might reach your arms up, turn the pinkies towards each other and pull your shoulders down. You might touch the palms and look to the thumbs. Your choice where you stay. 1, 2, if you don't feel good in your feet, go back to the feet and find your good base. 4 and 5. We're going to exhale into warrior 2. You might need to widen your stance here. Keep the hips and shoulders in a nice straight line, bend deeply into that right leg. Again, now the hips and chest turn towards the side, arms out, T position. Strong shoulders towards each other, but the fingers reach away. Gaze over your right middle finger. 2, 3, slow the breath. 4 and 5. As you exhale, left hand slides down the left leg, right arm reaches up. Turn the palm facing you, look up to that hand. 1. Yeah, you're shaking, it's okay. 2, breathe deep, relax. 4 and 5. Inhale, come to T position. Use your bandhas, use your strong legs to exhale and come back to the front of the mat. Awesome, take a second, shake it out. Root down through your left foot. Step the right foot back in 45-degree angle. Warrior 1, hips and chest forward. Bend into that left knee. Feel good in your base. If you don't feel good in the feet, make adjustments. Maybe the feet are too much in alignment and you need to kind of give yourself some space. Hips and chest forward. Again, you might use your hands on your hips. You might take your arms up, shoulder distance apart. Keep gazing on the floor. That'll be a little easier than palms together and looking towards your thumbs. That's going to give you extra challenge. Breathe deeply here. Again, remember that nice deep lunge where the knee is over the ankle. And again, chest and hips straight forward. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, open up to warrior 2. And again, most of you are going to need to widen your stance. Again, keep that nice deep bend in the left knee, hips and chest towards the side mat. And again, the shoulders stay over the hips instead of leaning forward. Gazing towards your left middle finger. 1, strong inner right thigh. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, right hand slides down the leg. Left arm reaches up, palm is facing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come back to the front of the mat. Oh. All right, you ready to get down to the floor? Let's do it. Let's take a nice full vinyasa here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Take your feet back. Come all the way to your knees. From here, continue to exhale or take another breath. Exhale, come all the way down to the floor. Tops of the feet on the floor. Inhale, press little baby back bend. Exhale, come down. Stack your hands, take forward rest. Oh, take a second to shift through the low back, the tops of the feet and the legs. I'm lifting my head, but hopefully you'll keep your forehead on your hands and just breathe here. Breathe into the low back, relax the legs, relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more back bends here, and we'll call that our back bending for today. Take the 2 hands underneath your shoulders. See my elbows or my upper arms parallel to the floor, tops of the feet on the floor. Inhale, lift up. Holding there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release down. Stack your hands. 2, 3. Good breaths here. Relax everything. Breathe deep through the back of the rib cage, the lumbar spine, the shoulders. Perfect. Next time, You inhale, hands underneath. Again, the wrists are underneath the shoulders. Elbows tucked in nice and close. Inhale, press in, lift up. Pull those shoulders away from your ears and hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, come down. Come to your hands and knees. Toes together, knees out wide. Push back into Balasana or Child's Pose. Take a second to really snuggle in between those thighs. Lay your back and your belly in between your thighs. Reach your fingers out in front. And then pull back through your inner armpits. You're really drawing back through the shoulder blades. I'm keeping my head up, but if you would, let your forehead rest on the floor. And if it doesn't meet the floor, go ahead and put something there to fill that space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come to your hands and knees. Take the knees directly underneath your hips. The tops of your feet are on the floor. You look back and you can see your big toe between your thighs. Go ahead and separate your feet just a little bit. Take the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders in a nice straight line. For tabletop position, strong belly draws back, shoulders away from the ears. Again, watch that short neck, right? Space, space, space. For your cat-cow poses, inhale for cow pose, drop the belly, lift your tailbone. Squeeze your shoulders and finally lift the chin. Exhaling into mad cat, scoot the tailbone forward, downward towards the ground, navel up, chin to chest. Good. Move through those two poses, inhale and exhale. Perfect. Let's stop and meet back in tabletop position, strong back body, shoulders engaged. If you would take an inhale and straighten your right leg out behind you. No need to go high, just leave it in line with your hip. And if you would, as you exhale, take your right foot to the left side. Curl your toes under. Press into your toes to straighten that leg. Then look back towards that right heel over your left shoulder, right? So nice stretch for the right side waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release. Again, watch your form. Watch the alignment of the knees in relative position to the hips. Take an inhale, straighten that left leg out, get really long. Take the left foot over to the right side. Curl your toes under, press in to straighten. And again, look over your right shoulder towards that heel. So you get a nice stretch from that left ankle, all the way through the extension of the leg, through the hips, sideways, and then all the way through your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to child's pose, but this time the knees together and the feet together. Nice deeply rounded back. We're going to come and try to sit down towards the heels, belly up over the thighs, forehead towards the floor. Again, if your head's not meeting the floor, bring something to meet you. Arms down along the side, palm face up by your feet. Let those shoulders drop open and soften here as you breathe deeply into the back of your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you inhale, hands come forward. Come to your hands and knees, tuck and cross the feet, and shift yourself back to seated position. 2 long, straight legs here. We'll take some seated, and then we'll get to our back for the really yummy step. 2 strong, straight legs. Roll the femur bones inward, flex your feet. So think about what we just looked like when we were standing on the floor and taking a forward fold. There's no difference here. So again, that same sort of activity, the inner arch of the foot drawing back in, plugging the femur bone back in the hip socket. Lift and lengthen and melt. Fold forward just like you did when you were standing. Take another inhale, lift and lengthen, and then exhale, fold into your best forward fold. Again, maybe you've got the shins, the ankles. If you can take your big toes with peace fingers, fold and hold. Breathing deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, rise up. Lengthen again, and exhale, fold a little deeper. So again, it might just be a smidge. Lead with the heart, flattening the back as much as possible. And again, take your hands just a little further, holding here, breathing deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Leave your legs long. If you would, slightly bend your right leg. Reach your right arm up, get tall, and reach for the outer edge of your left leg. So again, you might get the shin, the ankle. If you can get your foot, go ahead and take the foot. Take an inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold. Nice twist towards that left side. Left hand might come around behind, or maybe you're just leaving it here for that leverage. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, looking forward, exhaling to release, straightening right, slightly bending left. Take a lift up, left hand reaches for the outer edge of that right leg, shin, ankle, bottom of the foot. Press in, take a nice twist, turning towards your right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, rise up, exhale, release. Perfect. Let's take the soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, and let's draw them in as close as we can for Baddha Konasana. Thumbs on the soles of the feet. Peel the feet open like you're reading a book. Tuck the elbows in nice and close. Lift up and lengthen. Exhale, take your best forward fold. Long back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take an inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Help those legs together. We'll straighten just the left. And take the sole of your right foot to the inner left thigh for Jani Shirsasana A. Perfect. So just like we did when we were standing, we talked a lot about the alignment of the body. So same thing here. I want my hip socket, my knee, and my ankle to just be in this nice straight line as opposed to not. So look at your form. Look at your alignment. Press in, lift up, turn your chest towards that straight left leg. Reach as you exhale to the shin, the ankle, or the foot. If you are able to bind past the foot, push away and pull back, holding wherever your edge is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take an inhale and rise up. Exhale, release. We're going to take Marichasana A. So we're simply going to take that right knee to the sky and the sole of the foot to the floor. So here, like in a lot of our postures, we're talking about opening the hips. So the femur bone, again, will ride outside the rib cage and the knee really towards the armpit. So maybe just staying here and hugging, holding that knee in close while you lift and sit up nice and tall. Those of you that know how to bind this pose, you are welcome to do that. Most of us are going to stay right there. Binding, the right arm reaches on the inside, wrapping the arm around and taking bind behind the back and folding. Your choice how far you take this posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you're in forward fold, inhale, rise up, exhale, release. Modifying Marichyasana C, we're going to take the right foot up and over the top of the left. Press that foot into the ground. And so this is like Marichyasana A, but with a twist. So don't be sloppy. So I got sloppy on my left leg. Roll that foot up to the sky. So I'm going to press in, lift up. I'm going to turn into my bent right leg. Again, I'm going to hug it in as close as I can as I twist to my right side. My right hand might go behind for some leverage. I'll at least look to my right side, potentially all the way over my right shoulder. Breathe where you are. One, nice stretch here on the outer edge of this thigh. And obviously a really good spinal twist and a good cleansing for the organs. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Now taking yourself into figure 4. So the ankle is just resting on top of that femur bone. Press in, lift up, take a forward fold. Shin, ankle, or foot, wherever you're comfortable or challenged, I should say, because I did say in the beginning, just because it's gentle doesn't mean it's easy. So challenge yourselves, push that edge, walk that line of being uncomfortable, but being strong and confident. 4 and 5. Many of you are going to go forward, stay in that position. If you want to go further, inhale, rise up. We'll take half lotus with the right leg. To those of you can do this safely without causing pain in the knee, we're going to take half lotus. So we'll take the heel into the low belly, and the arch of the foot kind of lays in the crease of the thigh. The knee tucks in a little closer and comes down to the floor. Again, if this is painful in your knee, please don't take that version. Some of you are going to be able to bind this, which would be reaching across the back for the big toes. I cannot bind on this side without help. So I'm just going to exhale and fold forward with both hands, reaching towards my foot. Again, many of you are going to have stayed in figure 4. It's all good. Just find that nice stretch across the back of this right hip. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Take an inhale, rise up, and exhale, release. Let's give that right leg a rest, and let's see if Susie can remember what we did on that one side to do it on the second. But relax through the knee, the back, the hips, the legs, maybe some of these windshield wipers here, that might feel good. Shaking the legs up and down, rubbing that right knee, whatever you need. And then let's see if we can remember that series on the second side. Sole of the left foot to the inner thigh. We started off with Janu Shirsasana A. So again, I'm looking for this external rotation in this left femur bone. Strong, straight right leg, foot is flexed. Lift and lengthen, turn towards the right leg, and exhale, fold. Again, I might get my shin, my ankle, I might take my foot, I could potentially bind past my foot. Wherever you are, hold and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, releasing. And then we went to Marichyasana A. So the sole of that left foot comes to the floor and the knee to the sky. Again, this femur bone more outside my rib cage as I sort of settle in here. And there's going to be some downward energy in this left foot, like you're pressing in and trying to stand up. Hug the knee in nice and close, strong, straight right leg, and maybe just stay upright and seated. Those of you binding, left arm reaches on the inside, thumb around the back towards the floor, finding your bind and folding. Breathing wherever you've chosen to be. 1. Spine is long, whether you're seated upright or you're in a forward fold. 2. Right leg is long and strong. 3, 4, and 5. If you're in forward fold, use an inhale, rise up. Exhaling to release. Modifying Marichyasana C, we're going to take that left foot up and over. the right thigh. And again, take the time to start this twist. So I'm hugging the hugging the left knee in, lifting, lengthening. So again, just get a hold of that knee, hug it in as close as you can to the chest. Right leg is still strong, active, engaged. Left hand, maybe keep that length by reaching up, and left hand can reach behind. You're looking over your left shoulder or looking to the left side to whatever degree feels comfortable in your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, releasing. Into figure 4, the ankle just above the knee, supported by the femur bone. Foot is flexed slightly to protect the knee. Right foot, leg strong. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Longest, flattest back you can manage. So that means I'm leading with my heart coming forward. I'm keeping my neck long, my shoulders pull back, and breathe here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, rise up. Again, some of you are going to stay right there and take figure 4 one more time because it's good for any one of us to do it a couple of times. Those of you that can, take half lotus, the heel into the belly, the arch of the foot into the crease of the thigh. Good. Lift up, and again, finding this pose, if you want to, left hand reaches up and around, takes hold of the left toes, and then exhale, folding forward. In half lotus, you are squeezing the thighs together so the knee does draw in a little further. Forward folding, again, whether you're binding or not, breathe deeply. 1, 2, and again, many of you are still in figure 4, and that's fine. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release that left leg. Again, maybe shaking the legs up and down, rubbing the knees, moving through the ankles, the feet, windshield wipers. Anytime we're taking forward folds to release the low back, oftentimes feels really nice. And as a matter of fact, let's do that before we come down onto our back and take our last super yummy postures. So I'm going to face the front of my mat again. If you did turn around, let's get back there so that we're all on the same page. Feet out wide, soles of the feet on the floor. Let's take the hands behind us and turn the fingers pointing away from you. Press in, lift up, open your heart, lengthen your back. Breathe here, couple breaths. So we're going to take the progression slowly. Exhale, drop the knees to the left side. Right knee may or may not come to the ground. It's depending on how your body's feeling today. But we're encouraging the right knee to the ground, lengthening to the right side. We'll take that a little further by leaving that right knee connected now, releasing the right arm. Press and lift up. So find length through the entire right side waist. Just long side body. Right hand is going to come down to the floor next to your left. So now you're facing the back of your mat. Press and lengthen, and exhale here, either just in this upward spiraling twist, or if it feels good, you may want to try to start to lay down into forward fold. Your choice. Breathe deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you're in a forward fold, take the time to get those hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press and rise up. Exhale, release, coming all the way back to our starting position. Again, Standing, seated, lying down, doesn't matter. Foundation, your base always matters. 2 flat feet, sit bones evenly placed, right? So adjust how your rear end touches the earth, fingers behind, pointing away. Press in, lengthen, create lots of space in the front body. Beautiful. When you're ready, exhale, drop the knees to the right side. Again, we're encouraging this left knee to roll inward and down. Leaving that left knee drawing down towards the earth, release the left hand. So finding this downward energy, lift up through the entire left side waist, lift up through the left arm, pressing strong into that right arm and stretch left side body from the knee to the fingertips here. Beautiful. When you're ready, the next exhale, left hand comes next to the right. So now you're facing the back of the mat. Take a second, press in, lift up, nice deep twist in the belly. Great release for the low back. Perfect. Again, either staying right here and breathing in this upward spiral or exhaling and beginning to maybe come down towards the earth. Beautiful. Let's hold together 5 more breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 hands underneath your shoulders. Use an inhale, press in, rise up. Exhale, release. Before you lay all the way down on your back, make sure you've got your strap handy. And then exhale and lay all the way down on your back. Again, at home, your strap could be a traditional yoga strap. It could be a belt. It could be a dog leash. It could be the tie on the bathrobe. So get creative. Use whatever happens to be handy. And just leave it next to you for right now. Soles of the feet on the floor, knees to sky. Windshield wipers, sway the knees side to side. Releasing the lower back, the hips. Coming to center, straighten the legs. Long stretch from fingers to toes. Shift through one side and then the other. Perfect. When you're ready, exhale. Hug those knees into the chest. Maybe you turn yourself into a tight little ball. Maybe just make those circles on the ceiling with your knees, because that feels good. Perfect. When you're ready, soles of the feet to the floor, knees to sky. All right, I'm not sure how this is going to translate via video when we're through the computer screen, but we'll see. I'm going to take the strap onto the sole of my right foot. It's across the ball of my right foot, if you will. I'm going to take both straps into my right hand. Now watch what's going on with this right arm, because you don't want to be like all kind of fired up and wild. So maybe that arm is just kind of sort of resting at your rib cage. So first thing I want to do is take the bend out of this knee. So that means straightening, releasing my leg as far as I have to not have my leg bent and shaking, right? So let your leg release as far as you need to. Now I can let my left leg relax and then see what happens to my right leg. If I then, once I relax this leg, I'm kind of bent and shaking, then I need to relax again and release again. Leave your left hand on your left hip. Hopefully you've got the space to let this extension happen. If not, you got a piece of furniture in the way, maybe it becomes your support. When you're ready, hold that left hip down, exhale, drop the right leg out to the right side. Let it go, let it go, let it go. As far as it wants to go, or maybe again, I just hit the wall, but I can let my leg rest on the wall and find this nice opening on my inner right thigh. If it feels okay, lift your head and look over your left shoulder. Breathe deeply here. 1, 2. Those of you that can take your leg with your peace fingers, you are welcome to take that deepest extension and opening with your arm or your fingers attached to your toes. 4 and 5. Good. Draw that leg into the center. Stopping there, we're gonna switch hands, right? So if I've got my strap on my foot, I'm gonna take both straps in my left hand. I'm gonna leave my right arm out in T position with my palm face down, because once I drop my leg to the left side, everything's gonna kind of wanna lift up. So exhale, drop that right leg to the left side. And so how far this leg comes towards your face is totally up to you, right? Let this leg drop. Your hip does roll up here, so let the hip roll over. Find that extension through the outer edge of your right thigh. Again, how far you draw it up towards your face is your choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Take an inhale, come to center. Exhale, release. Just lay your strap down for a moment. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice rocking around. Maybe a nice lunge stretch again. Feet come back to center, knees to sky. Adjust your low back, so how the pelvis is seated on the floor, shoulders, neck, everything feels good. Taking those same 2 poses on the left side. So again, the strap on the ball of the left foot. Find extension in that leg, extension without too much stress. When you've figured that part out, go ahead and straighten, relax the right leg. Again, you might have to ease up at that point, your choice. Your awareness. Right hand on the right hip so that hip doesn't roll up off the ground. Exhale, drop left leg out to the side. And breathe deeply as you open through the inner left thigh. Again, if it feels okay, instead of looking at the sky, look in the opposite direction of your leg. So here that would mean looking over your right shoulder. Breathing deeply. 1, 2. It's one of my favorite hip opening poses where I'm resting, supported. 3, 4, and 5. Strong belly, inhale, left leg to center. Exhale there. So we're switching hands. So again, either taking the big toe with peace fingers, those of you that are that flexible. And again, not good or bad, just is different. Switching hands, both straps in the right hand, left arm out, T position, palm face down. So as I drop my left leg over to the right side, I've got that sort of counterbalance here. Again, I'm going to let that foot go as far as it wants to go. This left hip does roll up off the ground. And again, instead of looking at the ceiling, if it's reasonable, look over your left shoulder, opposite direction of the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Use your strong arm. Inhale, bring that leg back to center, and exhale, release. Once you're at center again, what feels good to me? Do I want to stretch out long? Do I want to take windshield wipers? Do I want to hug my knees and roll around a little bit? Do anything that works for you, right? There's no right or wrong here. Maybe a butterfly here feels good. Just letting the knees drop out, feet together. Breathe deeply, just checking in. When you're ready, help those knees together if they're separated and take the soles of the feet on the floor. Beautiful. Last thing, we're going to take our inversion today a little differently. We'll take it using our strap since we happen to have it handy. Normally, I would have you lift up on a prop. Today, we're just going to take inversion with 2 straight legs and our back on the floor, but we're going to use the help of the strap. So the strap's going to go on the balls of my feet. My feet are going to, again, it's that same idea of looking just like I did when I was standing, right? No different. Standing, seated, or lying on your back, it's all the same. So let your arms, like, kind of hang on to your strap. Let your arms come down along your side, but there's that little bit of pressure on the feet again, right? So you're pushing the feet away while your arms pull back. And again, no need to find super flexibility here. We're just looking to have the legs up. Maybe the elbows can rest on the floor at your side. And let's breathe deeply here. 10, how about 15 breaths? 1. Nice gentle hamstring stretch here too, right? Instead of just the legs straight up, I've got some tension on my feet. So I've got a little bit of stretch in the hamstrings. 5, 6, breathe deeply. 7, relax tension from the eyes and the jaw. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Slowly release those legs. Again, whether you want to do a nice hug of the knees, a rocking side to side, anything that feels good, windshield wipers. And then you're going to make your way to a position for Shavasana. So that could be a traditional laying down on your mat, being supported by maybe a bolster, maybe you've got a blanket to cover up with, anything that helps you find rest. But do any movements right now, get out any of those kinks or aches or irritations that might have come up. Maybe there's a posture that we missed today that you could really benefit from. Do anything that you need to do to prepare for your final rest. All the work is done. Your practice was perfect. So now just again, do anything you need to do to be able to find yourself in a position of rest that allows for the body to completely relax, and a way to allow the mind to completely relax. No more work to be done. Using whatever props you have in the house or wherever you are doing your practice to really give you the support that you need. Just as in all postures, even though Shavasana is a posture that is meant to require no effort, still your foundation matters. The space that you can create for yourself matters. It is significant to the quality of the posture. So again, allowing something to support the knees or the backs of the calves. Maybe you need a little extra padding on the head, there's a pillow nearby. Adjusting, again, how the shoulders are seated on the earth, how the hips are adjusted, the back, the neck, just anything that supports you. And when you think you've got it all figured out, just take one more minute to scan and see if there's something else. Now, I asked you to have a really good breath control throughout the asanas or the postures themselves. And now I'm going to ask you to just go back to that natural breath that comes without thought or effort. Body breathing itself. We'll encourage the mind to take rest and be as still as the body is. So let's release tension from the muscles of the cheeks, the lower jaw, the backs of the eyes, and the eyelids themselves. Take these last few minutes and rest, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. My friends, begin to add some depth back to your breathing. Allow yourself to re-engage with your surroundings. Begin those subtle movements to the smallest joints and bones in the body. Allow for greater movement, greater awareness. When you're ready, maybe there's a long stretch from your fingers to your toes. Maybe there's a hug of the knees into your chest. Maybe there's a nice strong turn of the head side to side. When you feel you've sufficiently moved the body about enough, take a moment to pause, probably on your right side today. Our practice is a little stronger than oftentimes we do. And so taking that right side, that masculine side, that yang side of the body, and grounding that more active, strong, courageous, powerful energy. And just sitting there for a moment in that fetal position and recognizing what a beautiful practice it was. Feeling gratitude for yourself for making the effort to do the practice, gratitude for the physical body that allows you to do the practice. And recognize the blessing that all of that is for you today. When you're ready, press into the earth with that top hand. Let the inhale lift you. Let's come to a seated position for just a moment to finish our time together and allow ourselves to move into the next part of our day with grace, with gratitude, with courage, and perseverance. In a seated position, if you would join me, let's bring our hands to Anjali Mudra, our prayer position. Let our thumbs make an intimate connection with our heart center. Lift taller, maybe a gentle lowering of the chin as you exhale. And go back to your intention that you set for your practice today. If you'd like to join me, we'll lift up those intentions and send them out into the universe, manifesting to be real and true for us today. And we'll do that by chanting the sound of Om together. Long inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Go be happy and free, my friends. Enjoy this gorgeous day. And until I get to see you again next time, I do wish you well. Namaste.